Good morning. This is Mornings with Michael which is intended for informational and educational purposes only. Today we have our Saturday Small Business Leaders show with Dave Moss. Dave is an electrician and I believe also a realtor. Is that true, Dave?
Yeah, I have 12 professional licenses and certifications.
Dave studied at Ocean College, Ocean County Vocational College, and Wasena Community College. Dave is a former controls technician with Johnson Controls. And
Yes.
Dave has also studied with Saturn Resource Management. Dave, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So you said you had how many?
I have over 12 professional licenses and certifications in the home service industry.
What are some of those?
Sure. Well, I started off as an electrician, but I got my electrical license from high school. I did my 5 years. Another one is HVAC. I got my HVAC license. I got my builder's license, contractor's license, general contractors. And then realtor license, certified energy auditor from the on a national level from the Building Performance Institute. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
Yeah, basically what it is, it's a national company that's linked with the Department of Energy. You have to get certified to do like blower door tests on homes to certify them to be energy efficient and LEED and different green levels.
Okay.
That's another certification I have. I have my lead paint certification and EPA refrigeration 1 and 2, Universal 410A, and some other ones. I don't want to overwhelm you and bore you with all these certifications, but that's a general idea. It gets exhausting saying them all. So,
well, what got you interested in being an electrician?
sure. So here's my story in a nutshell. In high school, I didn't even know what it was. In high school, you want to do whatever you can to get out of class. So I had something called VOTEC school. I'm like, what is this? I get to go to school half a day and leave early. I'm like, this is great. I get to leave high school at 11 o'clock and go somewhere else and hang out. So I tried it. I didn't know what it was. I'm sitting there playing with wires. And all of a sudden, I started to, I started to fall in love with it. I'm like, this is great. I'm actually doing something good. And with my hands, I'm making stuff work. I'm blowing stuff up. I'm like, this is great. Then to find out I can actually get out of high school even earlier and go to work. I'm like, this gets better. So 11th and 12th grade, I'm gonna get to go to school until 11 o'clock and then go to work go to school until 11 and start work around 12 and get paid. So I was like, wow, I found something, and I never stopped.
So you have your electrical and then a home service business in New Jersey. Is that correct?
Oh, what I have to make it simpler so it's not confusing, because there's enough businesses out there, I'm sure you know, and the whole idea of a business is to keep it simple for the consumer. We don't want to overwhelm. There's enough ads and marketing interface. So I have one company, it's called JCM Home Services. And we simplified the home service business. As I grew this business, I designed it as a platform company. So as the business is growing, I could duplicate it. So my long-term plan is to almost be like the McDonald's of home services. I'm planning on opening up a branches across the whole country.
Oh,
From
wow.
New Jersey to Florida to California. So right now I'm in Florida working on my Florida branch. My New Jersey branch is up and running. Yes.
Where are you located in Florida?
Right now we're 10 minutes from Disney. I'm in Davenport.
In Davenport?
Yes, sir.
If we could ever assist you in connecting you with people in California, we'd love to do that.
I appreciate that. At some point I'll be looking to network out there.
So who has been like a positive mentor in the growth of your business, start of your business, growth of your business?
As crazy as it may sound, believe it or not, I kind of grew up without a dad, so it was kind of, as a younger child, I had to figure out things myself. So my mom wasn't around much when I was younger. I had to work at 11 years old. I started working on the boardwalk, blowing up balloons. So I was the kind of person that I just had to figure it out. I never really had a mentor or anybody to look up to. I always just tried and error, learned the hard way. It's crazy as it may sound. It's kind of like myself. I said, I got to make it work for myself. I never had a mentor. I started from the bottom. I started negative. I had to work my way up to the zero level and then go up.
Well, that's very interesting. And your New Jersey business is based in, is it Tom's River?
Yeah, it's right around the Toms River area. We have, like I said, we have 12 licenses and certifications that we operate in that business. And there's a lot more to it, but when you're ready, I'll explain the rest to you so you understand.
So, how many people work for you in New Jersey?
Right now, I'm in Florida. I'm fully running my business, fully remote. We have 12 employees. What separates us from the massive competition, we're the only full home service company. So what that means is a customer doesn't have to go on Google looking for all these contractors. We're like a one-stop shop. They call us up, anything you need for your home, we can deliver that service. If we can't do it with our W-2 employees, we're partners with the best local contractors to deliver that service for you. So I have a program I came up with. So I'm not sure how familiar you are with the home service business and contracting. It's a little crazy, right? So
Yeah, I've worked with home services companies for a couple of decades, so I'm a little familiar with them.
everybody knows how crazy it can be. So what we have is a quality assurance guarantee certification. That's how we make this work. So in other words, no matter who does the work in the customer's home, if they go through JCM, they're getting that quality assurance quality assurance certification. So if our W-2 employees do it, I made up a form. It's called Before You Leave form. The form must be filled out before you leave the job. They fill it out. If any of our partner contractors do the job, it's our responsibility to make sure a middle third-party person is there to fill out that form to make sure the customer is satisfied. So that's kind of what separates us. You call one company, we'll provide any service you need for your home. There's no limit to what we can do.
How did you come up with this idea?
Here's how I came up with it. Originally, I was JCM Electric for like 10 years. Okay, that's all I was. I did electric. Well, the company was called JCM Electric. I provided some of the other services. I did HVAC, and we're only known as an electrician. I'm like, we're missing a lot of the market share out there. I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, they don't know we do HVAC. We're losing all these opportunities. So then I stopped. I said, you know what? Let me research my business, do a little research online, and I figured out what I was doing wrong. And guess what I was doing wrong?
What were you doing wrong?
Take a guess. What do you think a small business does wrong when they first start off by themselves as like a solo business?
Try to do everything themselves?
Bingo. I was doing everything wrong. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I said, wait a sec, I'm doing everything wrong. I wasn't doing nothing right. I wasn't making any money. I was upset all the time. My family wasn't happy. Customers were upset. I was miserable, working 7 days a week, never had time for myself. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm literally killing myself. I'm creating liability all over the place. I'm not even making any money. So I said, yeah, I either got to stop, rebrand this whole company, or just get out of it. So I put so much into it. I said, let me just give it one more shot. So after months of just researching, planning, I said, okay, I'm going to rebrand the JCM Home Services. I'm going to make simple roles for everybody so everybody's not overwhelmed. I broke the whole company down to a platform company. I wrote a book on it. I got a patent on the book so nobody could steal it. It's called the Home Service Standards. So I got a patent from the government. So the Home Service Standards is everything is standardized into simple roles and simple verbiage to run the whole company, kind of like McDonald's has a simple menu.
Uh-huh.
So it's a simple system that can be duplicated very easily. So right now I'm in a process of testing it. Once I prove I can make a certain amount with about 10 to 20% net profit, then I'm going to duplicate the system. So that's how I came up with the idea.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I was a part of a group out in New Jersey for a while, CEO Warrior. And two guys who had started their own electrical company they said at one time, they wanted to quit as well until they,
Yeah.
looked into it and said, we got to change this because we're working ourselves ragged and not good to our customers, their families, or our employees. So
Yes, that
that's
was
awesome
gold.
that you were able to sit down and do that.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, that was gold. That was gold medal. I know all about them and that program. Yep.
um, the home service standard, you can get that on like Amazon or
Right now I haven't released it public yet. Like I said, I just want to test everything, make sure everything's working, and then I'm going to release it so other contractors can use the system.
okay,
Yeah, I just have my own copy. Like I don't like to put anything out there unless I know it's good because the internet is full of so much stuff, scammers and garbage. So I'm not going to put any products unless I know it works. You know what I mean?
right.
I just wrote a book. It's actually being put on Amazon this week. It's a real estate book. You can see it's on my Facebook page. So,
Well, what's the name of that book?
oh yeah, it's called 24 Eyes.
24
Um,
Eyes.
yeah, 24 Eyes of Real Estate because I have 12 licenses. So I look at real estate. I say 24 eyes from because each person has two eyes. So I tried to be a little clever with the book. It's called 24 Eyes of Real Estate. How to look at real estate from a point of view from one person with 12 different professions in the home service business. So it tells you how to rehab and flip a house and save. There's probably, I'd say about $40,000 to $50,000 in savings in that book. If you actually read it and follow the steps, you could save a lot of money rehabbing a house. So I go deep into each trade, how you can maximize your savings in electric, HVAC, plumbing, construction, energy. Um, yeah, it's a pretty good book. It's like 25 years of mistakes and so
Awesome.
I'll send you a picture of it if you want.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Let's see, hold on, I'll send it to you. Let's see right now. Yeah, no, I really appreciate your time. If you look at your messenger, I sent it to you, see if you got it.
Yeah, just popped up here. Yeah, when I post our show today, I'll post this up here as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
I always like to keep things simple, I don't like to make things complicated. Our whole system is simple, so each employee has a simple role. It all works together like a kind of like those Transformers used to play when you're little. You put them all together, it makes one big one.
Uh-huh.
So like we have a CSR, one guy does all the scheduling and phone calls, one guy does all the estimates and follow-ups. We have service managers in the field, project managers, electricians, helpers. So everything's pretty simple.
Did you create your own software program for scheduling or are you
I
using
do I do have a software program I wrote. It's a dashboard system, but we're using a good one called Field Pulse as our CRM. It's kind of like Service Titan, but a little not as popular. But I have a
Field
third part. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Field Pulse?
Field Pulse, they're out of Texas. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Um, Field Pulse, is that
Yeah, Field Pulse,
okay?
PULSE. Yeah, Field Pulse.
Okay, very good. Um, and what kind of marketing do you do for the company?
Yeah, that's kind of like my role. I do the marketing. I have a system. I develop a simple system. We kind of tap into every avenue of marketing. We do direct mail, email marketing, text marketing, the digital, the Google, the social media, some radio ads, TV commercials, billboards we've done at times. And of course, word of mouth is always the best. And we have a whole coupon book we built. I have all these coupons that are great. People like discounts. You send them a coupon, most likely they're going to go with the service.
Okay. Yeah, I spoke to a master of plumbing in Arizona, and he had tried a few of the different marketing companies, and he had come up with his own marketing system himself. And so it's just kind of interesting. that's why I asked you about how your marketing works, and you've got a complete laid out plan, it seems like there.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point. Marketing is always a good topic because there's so many different ways you can go with marketing. I feel like marketing is the most overwhelming. There's so many opportunities nowadays with marketing. So I feel like the best way for a small business to grow is have the owner really do the marketing, because nobody's going to care and put as much energy as the owner of the company into marketing, because marketing is you showing the world your company. So a lot of these companies hire these marketing agencies, and to them it's a job. They're working with hundreds of companies. They're not going to put the effort in that you would.
Right.
So if you could have your company set up in the fashion I do, where I have the time and I have the efforts and energy to do the marketing, you could be more successful. So a lot of these small business owners, they can't do everything. They do everything themselves. They have to hire the marketing companies, and they're in this big whirlwind of a circle that they're not getting anywhere, and they're very, very frustrated, full of anxiety, and it's just why be in business? It's not worth it.
Mm-hmm. What is your favorite tool that you have in your business to use?
Sure, that's an excellent question. Well, I know it's kind of a cliche saying it, but I feel like the iPhone is just really the best tool because it's a tool. Everybody has all different perspective. It's how you use it. People say there's stuff on the phones are terrible these days, but again, it's a powerful tool. There's nothing more powerful than this iPhone. I run my whole business on this. It's more powerful than a laptop.
Well, that's
So
very interesting.
that's my single. If I had to pick one tool, I would say the phone. Remember, these phones and apps are all tools. It's how you use them. Like Facebook is a tool. You got to use it. How are you going to use it? If you're going to use it to put you something that's going to bring you in a bad place, that's your choice. If you're going to use it to grow a business, that's what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you like to do to recharge your batteries?
Yeah. Other than work, there's a lot of different things I do. I like to play music. I play guitar, write and record songs. I like writing books. I go on mountain bike rides, astronomy, like looking at stars at night. It's very relaxing.
Oh, that's awesome. Um, how do you decide what state to go into next?
Excellent question. Well, it's a rigorous process. Right now, I applied for 5 professional licenses here in Florida. I'm trying to get all these licenses approved. So I feel like Florida is a lot of opportunities. It's a huge state. I'm going to try to mark my spot as much of Florida as I can. Jersey is really tough, very competitive. I'd say I'll probably meet somewhere in the middle. I got to test out some of the markets and see what the demand is, wherever there's a good demand for home services.
Mm-hmm.
So probably between Jersey and Florida, somewhere in the middle of the country, I'll pick a state,
Texas seems to be a
Yeah.
good state.
I heard Texas is really, maybe I'll try that one. But to speed up the process, instead of starting from scratch, I'm going to try to buy some older retired companies. These guys that want to retire, get out of the business, that have a good customer base. I'll try buying them up and just rebranding it to our company.
Okay.
Because building from scratch is very time consuming.
Right. So we've covered a number of things. Is there anything that you had mentioned earlier in our interview that you would like to go over some aspects of your business that is more technical about how you formed the business and how you've grown it?
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. These are good questions. I like to have my brain picked once in a while. So yeah, basically, when I decided to do the rebrand, I really thought about growth. In back of my head, I was designing the systems. I said, how can I make this system grow so that it's a system that can simply be duplicated? It's typically called a platform company, and most people would know it as. So I designed it as a platform company, kind of with my own technique into it. So a lot of people ask me, say, they just don't understand how I got to do this, because most people, most guys are just electricians, just HVAC guys. And because I have just a background in all the industries with technology and kind of like media into it. So that's kind of how I have the system I have. Like you said, most guys are just plumbers or just contractors. So I put a little real estate and a little technology into it. So we actually build houses, we rehab houses, just to keep cash flow going when our guys are during different seasons, shoulder seasons.
Okay. Is there any shows that you have gone to where you've learned about new tools when you first started? You started out in electrical and then you broadened out as a full home services company where you do construction, rehab. Is there any shows that you went to that supported you or helped you grow with tools, ideas?
Yeah, been to a few good ones, a few good expos in Atlantic City with Ferguson HVAC, with Trane air conditioning. I've researched online, been to some smaller local trade shows, some suppliers around our area in New Jersey. Yeah, but in this day and age, all the information you need is at the palm of your hands. You find more information on your phone than just about anywhere else, so you don't really have to reach out. Reaching out is just more for networking nowadays. Just to go out and you want to meet with people and just network is what all that's about.
You were at Johnson Controls for a while. Did they have a training program that
yeah,
assisted you? Maybe
they
you can
did.
go into that a little bit.
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest reasons I like Johnson Control. Their training was just unbelievable. Like I was with them for 3 years, and I went on many trips. I went to Milwaukee. I went to Baltimore. I went to Boston. They paid for all the training, really good training for all the commercial HVAC systems that we worked on. So I loved all the training. It was great. But the reason I didn't stay with them, I'm a business person. I couldn't breathe or survive right with a 9 to 5. I couldn't work for a company. I had to do my own thing.
So did you build that on the side when you were at Johnson Controls?
Yeah, I got my electrical license when I was like 20, 24,
Okay.
46 now. I've always done side work the whole time since I've been doing side work since I was actually I did my first side job when I was 17. I got my driver's license. I worked in a store called Caldor. I don't know if you ever heard of that. When I was 17, and the lady bought a ceiling fan. She's like, "Oh, do you know anybody that can install this?" I'm like, "Well, I do electrical work. I'll come and do it after work for you." So I took my car, went to her house. She gave me like $175. I'm like, "Wow, this is great." Made $175. I'm like an hour when I'm working in Caldor, making like $100 a week.
Hmm.
So I've always kind of been in business, so to speak.
So that was a
Side
big
hustles.
eye-opening experience for you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was just. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I was saying. That was a big eye-opening experience installing that for that customer.
Yes, it was.
The potential that you could do if you continue to work on this and work for yourself and others in your own business.
Exactly. And that's where the idea came when I was rebranding. I said, wait a second, I'm only one person. How can I scale my business? How can I have more cash flow as me? I need to have my business so I could hire many people. Each person produces a source of income or is an investment, right? So that's why I developed my system. So I'm actually not in it. My company's set up right now, believe it or not, if I get involved with my company, all my employees get pissed. I'd like to serve the system. Like, Dave, stay out of it. We have one meeting in the morning. We go on Google Meets. We do our meeting in the morning. We do our meeting in the afternoon. Other than that, I'm not part of the company. I'll
Huh.
disturb the system. They don't like it. So I literally went from inside to outside. So I put about,
Interesting.
yeah. So other than my role as marketing and growth and expansion inside the internal company, I put about maybe 2 hours a day, which gives me what, 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 to 10 hours a week.
So How can we get in contact if somebody's interested in doing business with you? What's the best way to get in contact with your company?
Yes, as me as a marketing specialist, I love marketing as my passion. I made it very simple. I have a slogan. It's called jcmhome.net. Click the sun and you're done. That's all you got to know. So you go online, type in jcmhome.net. You'll see a sun up there. You click the sun. There's our contact form. Anything you need for your home, click that form 24/7. One of our CSRs will contact you to schedule it. It can't get no simpler than that. I actually did the calculations. I timed it. It's faster to fill out that form than to call us on the phone. So we actually don't want people to call us. We want you to fill out the form.
Well, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah, so jcmhome.net, click the sun, and you're done.
well, I really appreciate you being with us today, learning a little bit more about your business. Um, it's just incredible what you've done with your own ingenuity, and it's just eye-opening.
Well, let me tell you, thank you, because as a business owner, it's so nice to hear that once in a while, because I never hear that. I'm always hearing the problems. This is your problem. You got to pay this bill. Everybody's stabbing me. So for once, just once, it actually gives me some relief just to say something like that. So thank you.
And yeah, it's a pleasure having you on, Dave. Once again, we have Dave Moss from JCM Home Services. Uh, we loved having Dave on, just explaining more about his business. And this has been Mornings with Michael, Saturday Small Business Leaders. Once again, Dave, we look forward to seeing you again in the future, and maybe we can meet face to face one day. Look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great. And where can we find your show at? Can you send me a link?
Yeah, I'll send you a link, but it's on YouTube. It's Mornings with Michael. If you do a search on YouTube, treat Mornings with Michael, all one word, no spaces between it. And I'll definitely be sending you a link of our program today, Dave. And we look forward to hearing more success from you.
Yeah, thank you. I am starting up another TV show, a music TV show. So I'd like to have another discussion about that one day. So
okay, awesome. Well, you take care and you have a great weekend.
You too. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.